welcome to the another warm-up show with the co-host directly from the Sunshine State in Florida. Coach Frenchy back in the house, and we have to go all the way to the north and Ontario, the Aka, the legend, Bob Guinea. Welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP in the house tonight.
Happy Wednesday, Coach, and Hockey Nation. Great to be here as usual, Coach.
February 23rd, 2022. Another great day, another great night. The Montreal Canadiens are back on the ice. And we go for 4. That's the biggest question of the night of 4. 5 more games is on the program tonight. 3 games start at 7:30, Mr. ENORTAP. And the biggest game of the night for me is going to be the Dallas versus the Winnipeg. This is going to be maybe the end of the one of the two, maybe out of the playoff. I understand we have 30 more games to go, but this game could be hurt. The Winnipeg Jet, they may never come back for that W tonight. We'll see what's happening. Then 2 games at 10 o'clock, 10:30 tonight. Los Angeles Kings are back on the ice. Very important game for them to consider what they are doing. Can they push out the Edmonton Oilers? That will be another big question at some point. But the most important thing, Mr. ENORTAP, we are back in the saloon. We got so many requests. People want to love to go to the saloon, and tonight we have 6 stools to fill up tonight.
6.
You're going to be behind the bar, ready for the pops, some beer. I'm going to be at the door to open the door, and we're going to fill up the saloon tonight with all the fans for the Hockey Nation Live show. We're going to give a lot of beer tonight. We'll open up. We feel like it's time. It's almost like the end of February, and what's coming is the spring break. So maybe the next month in March, we get out the bar. We're going to open up now a tequila bar on the beach.
On the beach? Sounds
so that's happening over there. We'll maybe hire some Latino woman from the beach area. I'm going to recruit next week on the South Beach, and I'm going to let you know who we have. Maybe some people from Mexican or whatever is going happening. But already some people in the house, and we have to welcome Mr. Russ Stubbington, directly the number 1 fans of the Boston Bruins in the house tonight.
Hello, Ross. How are you?
And Mr. R.J. Calabro is already in. He's already show up like 15 minutes, 30 minutes before a shot. So we welcome him. Somewhere he will pop up. And I look forward to see him with a house. And don't forget, guys, to click on the like. 10. We have only 6 viewers. So we are over 4. So that's not too bad about that. What about the Danny T, the Shocker man, the man on the shack? He's always with us, the number 1 fan. We don't tell to anybody, but we started to transform him to the blue, to the red. Can he move to one team to another team? That's something we have to follow up and to follow with him. But Danny T is in the house.
Welcome, Danny.
We need to find something about Mr. T for Danny T. We need to figure out something about that for sure. About that. And he's back in the house tonight, directly from Utah. He's happy because the Los Angeles Kings play tonight, so I'm sure he's going to be excited watching the King. They don't have a lot of game this week, so Mr. Run with Kings 20, where we have to remember, guy, he has an amazing, great night. By the way, I did not do the I forgot to put the right score at the bottom of the screen.
The exact score, yeah.
The exact score, yeah. I forgot about that one over there because Mr. Run with Kings did a hat trick at the right score. He got 3 right score on the 4W he got on the 6th game. This is rare, where only Kelly did it, I believe, since the beginning of the prediction. So he got it. I'm going to fix this one. Mr. ENORTAP is going to be open up his face-off of the show. I'm going to fix that area about that one over there. But we want to congratulate Mr. Ron King 20 with that performance last night. Mr. Yamu Vertanen back in the house.
Hello, Yarmo.
Maybe out of the sauna, maybe out of the gym, we don't know, but he's back with us. Maybe out of the snowing. About that, she's back.
You are awesome.
Yes, she is. Miss Kelly in the house tonight. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us tonight. Miss Kelly, she's one of the top four with 4-2 yesterday. Miss Kelly with Steve G and Ron Kings. They are the 4-2 yesterday, most performance. Talking about Steve G back in the house directly from Denver. But Steve G was the winner also, not the most prediction, but the fantasy hockey player pick he got with Patrick Laney last night. 4 is at the bottom. You see, he's on the screen right now. So, congratulations.
There you go, Stevie.
And it's a cold again, minus 11 Celsius in Finland at that moment, Mr. ENORTAP. So, what is your weather, Mr. ENORTAP?
Oh, today is very cold. -8, but a heavy wind, so it's probably more than -8 with the wind.
I heard
Very,
something.
very
I spoke with a scout in Winnipeg. Told me it was like -38 with the wind and everything like that. He live about 1 hour north from Winnipeg, so I don't know it's going to be on your direction, but we better think about that.
Could tell us.
Russ said to you, Mr. ENORTAP, hey, what about the best upset pick? You have a lot of upset pick this week, by the way.
For tonight or for...
No, for the, during the week. We maybe talk about last night, but the last couple of days, we have a lot of upset pick, like Columbus beat Toronto,
crazy.
Montreal beat Toronto, Colorado lost against Boston, and, you know what I mean? And last night, Ottawa beat Minnesota. We have only 2 people got it. That Ottawa picked.
Beat Florida.
So, Nashville beat Florida last night, where nobody got Nashville, by the way, so... That's why some of us look a little bit better overall. And directement pour la belle province de Québec, dans la belle région de la Sherbrooke, numéro 1 joueur de hockey, M. Nicolas de Goubi-Bono.
Welcome, Nicolas.
And the scout. We opened the door at the joueur de hockey. Now we open the door au scout because Alexis, the scout Dubuc, back in the house.
Hi, Alexi.
Here we go. He's going to scout Esther Blondet tonight at Châteauguay, where Châteauguay is where Guillaume Latendresse was born, ex-Montreal Canadiens players. Kevin TB with Christian and Kaden in the house.
Welcome.
And directly from Massachusetts, Boston Bruins, number 1 fans of the Boston Bruins, and number 2 in the house right now. I'm talking about John Grega back in the house.
Hello, John.
And I think at that moment, that's what we have. So don't forget, guys, to click on the like. Now we have 13 watching and 11 likes. So we have to increase our likes. Please, that'd be awesome. Mr. Renault, welcome back. Mr. Renault. Renault is in the house.
Welcome, Renault.
And that's what we are at that moment, Mr. ENORTAP. We go already to the tour. We are 5 minutes earlier what usually we do, but we cannot stop. We have to go all the way because there are no dog yet. No, Michael Robinson not still yet here, so that's why we don't have no dog. When the dog show up, we'll let you know about that one over there. He's maybe feed the dog right now. Who knows what he's going right now?
Well, welcome, Kevin.
But we will welcome the dog at some point. Don't worry about that one over there. And it's time, Mr. ENORTAP, right there.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah. Here's the time for the face-off. Opened face-off. Drop that puck. drop that puck. What he's going to say about what he paid his attention the last 24 hours, what happening around the NHL. Who knows what he's going to talk, but he's ready to rock and roll. The face-off ENORTAP. That's your turn.
Hello. Well, Coach, I think we hit on the first topic a little bit already, and it's we're seeing in the last week and a half or two the number of upsets that have been happening, and I get part and parcel. It's because the fact that I mean, every team goes through a slump at some point, but you know, like if we look at just last night, we saw Toronto losing to Columbus 4-3. That's an area of concern. We saw Minnesota losing to Ottawa. You know, Minnesota, you know, they also had Zuccarello get injured in that game. So that's more so than the loss. I'd be worried. I know he's day-to-day, but without him in the lineup, it's concerning. And then we saw a game which I thought for the most part Florida was in charge of that game. It looked like at some point they were really going to turn it on and just go away with the score. But you know what? It turned out that Nashville, you know, was the one that turned it on in the end. And that kind of worries me a little bit about their defensive play. This was a game that was at home for Florida, and I guess if we're looking at it objectively, the game meant a lot more to Nashville than it did to Florida at this stage in the game. Nashville has been going through a bit of a slump of their own, so they needed those 2 points. So they did a great job there. And you know, what a game, the late game of the night. Like I stayed up to watch the Anaheim and San Jose game, and very exciting right to the end. It went to a shootout. You know, a couple great goals by Anaheim in that shootout. I think the winning goal was by Raquel, but the Zegras goal was just another amazing execution of a shot. Like he totally had Reimer stymied in net and didn't move. So it was great to see. And of course, earlier tonight, we heard that the Montreal Canadiens just hired a new executive to become the new assistant general manager by the name of John Sedgwick. He had been with the team for a while. I'm sure you're going to talk a little bit about him as well, Coach.
Yep.
Or
you know, can we go for W4?
I think so. I mean, I was going to put that in my closing statement about the game tonight, but I think it's possible. I mean, they're playing Buffalo. To me, it looks like Buffalo's doing the same thing that they've done for the last 4 or 5 years, Coach. And after a certain point, it seems like their play deteriorates. And I don't know if it's the players that kind of are sick and tired of the losing, but you know, they look very dismal out there. Like I expected much more out of Buffalo this year. You know, not to the point that they'd be near a playoff spot or anything like that, but at least to be very, very competitive on a nightly basis. And they have been for a certain part of the time, but it's just been so inconsistent, right from the goaltending up. You know.
Yeah, we'll be interested about that. Just get some verification on the chat. McKinnon is out, Larkin is back, and Ramus Dallin is back tonight. Yes. They played their game, so I just want to verify about that. I appreciate Yamo, everybody put some update about injuries, but McKinnon from the Colorado is out. Dylan Larkin is back, and the Ramus Dallin for the Buffalo Sabre is back also. Great comments about Renault about the Buffalo have some offensive, but their defensive is very young. I agree with that part over there. That's one of my pre-game show. I did a video earlier where I explained how if you want to beat Buffalo. You have to down the park and press a lot the defensive, the D. They are not too much mobile, whatever Dallin can carry out. Now, Dallin played that chance a little bit, but they have also, after that, they have Oki Jaryu, but after that, like Pittsburgh and Branson, Samuelson. They expose their D. If you have a great forecheck, that may be chance. But again, Greg Anderson, sometimes he looked like Martin Brodeur in the Montreal Canadiens. So would be interesting that game, honestly. We can talk a little bit more about that. But we have Mr. Bruno Meta Versa in the house.
Hello, Bruno. Welcome.
Andrew will be with us tomorrow at the show at 12 o'clock for the post-game Montreal Canadiens. He's back with us. Thank you so much. I send your coach in the go. Yep. The Aston GM. I don't know if did you talk about Aston GM?
Yes, I briefly mentioned it.
Yeah.
That John Sedgwick is now the new assistant manager. He's been with the organization, but in a different capacity.
Well, it's almost the same thing. What happening? It was he's always been and around the Bergevin and Menenby 12, 13 is with the organization. It's over 9 years now. He's going to get his 9 years. He's been always do some different project for the team. Example. So he was going. That's him. He start everything. The Laval Rocket, the building, the team, and all the stuff like that he does. And also he was an assistant to the. I don't know if it's Wilson or the other one he was in charge about the contract over there. So he was his assistant of that guy over there. This guy was the assistant GM also with Bergevin. So Bergevin, he never deal with a contract. He would get to this guy over there and he would take care about the contract, everything like that. So now now I believe he put him as assistant GM, the title, because I think they're not going to name anybody else as assistant GM. So they will use him more like the assistant GM, cover more like about that. I really believe they're going to focus more on the development, on the scouting and the coaching staff to increase the number of people. That's what I believe. I would not be surprised they hire one or two hockey women, Team Canada, within that. They already offer a job to Poulin, but she's going to decide to return for one more time and one more term with the Team Canada. So I will be surprised after that she's going to be with the Montreal Canadiens. I will be surprised Daniel Sauvage will get a title with the Montreal Canadiens also. More to come, but it will be interesting to see that for sure. I was there could be tough out tonight for Ellie. Coach, I just watched the pre-game. I gave you all the credit. Thank you so much, Renaud. Appreciate that. Very kind of you. Oh, I see McKinnon out with a lower body injury.
Yeah.
It's funny because when he does not play, Nezam Kadri look like Nick McKinnon.
You're right. He produces a lot more.
He produces more. So it's funny to say that, but that's great about that. Et voilà, il est de retour. Welcome back from Canada. From the right corner, the red corner, because we have the blue corner, it's Danny T. And then we have the red corner, it's Pierre Martin in the house.
Welcome, Pierre.
Yes, I got it, Andrew. I got it. I did not know, Andrew. Something I did not know is I did not know you picked from yesterday. I don't know if you sent me an email. Sometimes I would get too much, and I did not see. I missed one day a Danny T email. Well, it was not a big deal. Just kidding.
Hey, it's always a big deal. Always a big deal.
All right, Danny, I got it. I got it. What's going on with ENORTAP? Coach is going with that. Here we go. Coach, King are looking to trade for Konechny for Philadelphia. What do you trade for him? What do you trade for him?
Well, if you're Philadelphia, you're looking to rebuild. So you've got to get definitely you got to get picks and or a pick in a top level prospect. I think Konechny would be good. I would like that for LA. I think that would be a good move. But I don't know if they'd be willing to part with him, to be honest, Philadelphia, because he's one of the few that is going to be the cornerstone of the team moving forward.
I have a difficult time with Konechny. He never recovered from the big season he got 2 years ago. Have a really bad year last year. This year is not too much. He need a new scenery for sure at some point. He need to go somewhere. I'm not sure if LA. I'm not sure also if that's what LA need to go to playoff. They look like if they get for Konechny, they're looking for a power forward, but not power, but a forward can score a goal. But again, I think they have a lot of prospect to give in return, and that's what you said. Flowers is looking for something like that. I agree with you about that one for sure. Renaud, Gary, Pauline, Pellet together for line number 2. Oh, wow, thank you very much, guys. You're welcome. Jean Gréga, is Ruslan Philadelphia a realistic target for the playoff bounce game? Do you believe he will get Ristolainen for the Flowers?
That'd be tough. Like, I mean, it's really about trying to fit it into your salary cap. It's not so much just trying to pick up a player. I mean, teams would have to be very creative, maybe involve a third team if you want to get somebody that carries a big tag like that, or get them at least to retain some of the money, and then that might be possible.
Yeah, possible about that one there. Sorry, Yamo, he hit his head on the fridge. He think now he's going to get all the right picks for tonight. If ever it's happening, Yamo, if it's ever it's happening in ENORTAP, I feel like a lot of people is going to hit the fridge tomorrow night.
We're going to see a lot of dents on the freezer.
You're going to have a lot of swollen left and right about that. But listen, it's a 5:25. We hurry up a little bit because it's time to go to the saloon. At least you have something to add.
One question for you, Coach. One question for you. At the beginning of the year, remember when Colorado was in a bit of a slump early on in the year, the first 10 games or so? We both made a comment about McKinnon in terms of his body language and the way he didn't really mix with the team. Has your opinion changed of him the rest of the way, or do you still see that aspect in his body language?
I still, if you follow him on the press conference, you can see he changed his language on the press conference. Plus calm, respond better to the reporter. He still get frustrated on the ice sometimes, but sometimes you have to turn around to be like, because he loves to compete. So he hate to lose and he want everything better. Sometimes it could be the negative also at the same time when you act that way, because that reflects for the rest of the team at the same time. As a captain, you have to be careful about those kind of stuff. I think for me, it's really after the game on the press conference, the way he talks, he have a better reception with the reporter, and he's a little bit more, less
calm down.
Less expose his feeling and behind the mic. I will said to you about that. That's really where I really pay attention to him a lot. But sometimes, like I said, he makes some gesture on the ice where you feel like, what the heck's going on with body language? But because he wanted, you know what I mean? So you need to control his emotion. That come with maturity. That's come with the time. And when you have a guy like that, sometimes you just have older players been there. That's why Claude Giroux helped a lot Colorado.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that's what you have to go about that one there. If Velmeka, I thought he was starting, but I think Yamo said now is
I have Velmelka.
Westwood. So Mr. Joseph Laham in the house.
Welcome, Joseph. where everything is bigger in Dallas.
Yeah, it looked like Grace is coming. Is going to start. And why not? And Zinkovic right now. He's a little bit like Bennington. He have a really tough 2 weeks about that. He have a really difficult time in front of net for that one over there. So I just want to correct this about that one over there. I don't remember if I sent this or this. I did not send goals. I got on late. I got not a problem and do about that. It's time to go there, Mr. ENORTAP. We have no choice. We have to get there because it's time to go to the saloon. But before we go to the saloon, Mr. ENORTAP, I think we have to celebrate. It's a time to the saloon, so we're not to celebrate. Gave the people who was the best of the night yesterday. Not that one over there. I knew I was going to say that. Here we go. One more time. Let's go again. Here, the best record yesterday. Sanja Kushi. She's not here. He's not here. Steve G. Kelly, round Kings 20. And we have to add a Kevin with the help of Kelly. They make a matchup together yesterday, and they got a 4-2. Right score, round King 20, ladies and gentlemen, with 3, not 1, not 2, and 3. Bing, bang, boom. He got the hat trick. That's not happened a lot. Mr. Yamo, you got 2. Congratulations. We can mention only your name, but we cannot give the start of the day because you did not get 3-2. Usually, 90% usually, but that's what happening with you with a contest of friendship. You're always behind everything. But we appreciate for sure Mr. Yamo about that one over there. And then Mr. ENORTAP, the fantasy, Mr. Steve G, repeat again. Steve G repeat again with Patrick Laney, 4 points to goal yesterday. That's what happened. It's time, Mr. ENORTAP, to open up the door at the saloon. Today we have a full people show up. If I can find it, what I'm looking for, that would be great. If not, it's happened sometime.
Coach.
Say again?
You're the bouncer tonight.
I'm the bouncer tonight, yes, because it's time. You are walking behind the net, behind the bar, and we have 6 stools. 6 stools tonight, 1 per 1, and we have to open the door to the San Jose Sharks fans. Don't know what's going on over there. We know what we thought, better expectation a bit. Erik Karlsson got hurt. Since that, they fall apart. Yeah. Reimer have an amazing, great first month, 2 months maybe, fall apart. Hill got traded for Arizona, did not work hard over it, did not turn around. Kutcher did his best. At the beginning, that thing was surprise, but now they are going out of the playoff, and we need to open the door for 3 fans for the San Jose Sharks. They are set right now. It's time to Mr. ENORTAP to mention what we have to do for the San Jose Sharks.
Oh, poor San Jose. I mean, not unexpected in my eyes. I thought that they would be of the 3 California teams, they'd probably be the weakest. But we had, you know what, at one point we did have, like you said, Karlsson was in the lineup. It looked good. Burns was having a decent year. Hurdle was doing well. They had some good players, but overall it seems to have been going downhill. It all starts with defense and goaltending, and they haven't had either one. So for them, I got to give them 10 beers.
Wow. 10 beer.
Yeah.
Some of them is going to fall asleep in the bar. They're going to shut down there. They will not come back. They will have to call a horse taxi. They have to call a horse taxi. Because I don't see. Yamo gave them 9 beer, by the way. So Yamo is the first one. Steve G, 8 beer for the Sharks. And we open up. You are almost there, Mr. ENORTAP. We have a lot of beer to give to them for sure. 8, 9, and 10 for the fans. Gave to the San Jose fans for the people in the chat. 6, Danny. And he gave also 3 3 Sharks. So 6 beer and 3 Sharks together. That's normal. Jose said I have only 2 hands, so that's not possible. But look, now we sit them. They are on your right of the bar. We need a little bit more space for someone's coming here. But this one, guys, they try, but it does not work. And I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the year, but it's not looking good. And they need you to meet the bartender in our tap. Is the Flyers fans, they are coming now. They have the Philly steak with them, and they are in the bar. And now they're looking for something because right now they're not looking good also, like the Sharks.
No, they oh my gosh. First thing, I'm gonna cart them because I think some of them are just too young and they shouldn't be in the bar. But Philadelphia's got a lot of problems. I think of all the teams that are out there, I know Arizona is another one, but they're the ones that need a total rebuild. But it comes with the recognition that they need that, and I'm not getting that from their executives and their GM. It seems like they're a little bit. They're trying to sell that all they need is a couple healthy players to return to the lineup and a good draft year, and then they'll be where they're supposed to be. And I personally don't see that. I think that they have to address a lot of issues there. Starting, I mean, they tried to get Suter this year, and it was helping, but he got injured, and he's out the whole year. Goaltending hasn't been great. Hart can only do a mediocre job with the defense he's got in front of him. But players haven't been stepping up, and it's a team that's in some capacities is starting to age as well. I know they have some good young players there as well, but they have to address that as well. So I'm going to give them. I'm going to go with 11 beer.
11 beer over there. I think Danny gave them only 1 beer. I'm glad I didn't hire Danny as the bartender, but I heard a better one because he gave a lot of beer. That's what they need, a lot of flowers. We welcome Mr. Roger L. and Dan Asham. Thanks to join us tonight. Thanks to be part of this.
Oh my God!
Yes, they need. Here we go about that one over there. So, listen, we need to give some space beside the fence. Between the fence of the Flyers and the Sharks, we need only 1 chair. We don't have, because this man, he don't know what to do anymore. He's really, right now, he need help. And I said, you know what? It's maybe the time to send him, invite him at the bar. He never been to the bar in our tab before. And he need that to come and you know what I mean, like to go there. By the way, we apologize. We forgot your name at the top of on the program today. So now your name is back. So don't please, the liability is going to be reserved. We don't need. It's just that we forgot to plug the sign. That's it. You when you go behind the bar next time, plug it. Then the sign will step up. But listen.
Flashing lights.
Here we go. I'm talking about a general manager guy for Brett McCrimmon for the Vegas Golden Knight. Him right now, he's nervous. He looked at his lineup and he said, wait a minute. I don't maybe no goaltender anymore with Leonard out. My salary cap is at the max. I don't have no money on my credit card anymore. We've always been at the top of the Pacific. We're supposed to win the Pacific Division. Now we have the red flame fire in front of us. And then in our tap, if you look behind them, 3 points. The Kings, Edmonton are behind them. So you have to feel some pressure also behind them. They're going to make the playoff, but maybe not the way they was expecting, and maybe not go inside the playoff the way he was also thinking at the beginning of the season. So right now, Brad is between the Sharks and the Flyers. We give him a nice stall, and he need to have a cheer up from you, buddy. So step up, talk to him, tell him what he has to do, what he need to be more motivated right now.
Well, first I'm going to tell him you're absolutely right. You put a lot of eggs in that one basket, and I think I think moving forward, if everything goes well, they're well positioned. Looks like Eichel's starting to come around a little bit. I'm sure that when this is a completely different team, coach, when they have Stone in the lineup, a healthy Pacioretty. Yes, they're up against the cap, but I think part and parcel that was part of their scheme. The old Kucherov rule. They were trying to hide it under the wire here. I don't know. I don't think they're as bad as we think. It's just that if one thing goes off, and in this case it's Leonard, that's a pretty big thing for them, goaltending. So will they make a move? If they can be creative, they will, and they'll get a goalie, but it won't be. It'll be a above average goalie. It won't be somebody like Fleury. Obviously, I don't see him coming back. So I'm going to say for now, I still think they will be okay. They just have to hold their own until they get Stone back into the lineup, as well as Martinez. Hopefully, he's not gone for the whole year, and they should be fine. If there's one team that can jump on Colorado, I think it's Vegas. So I'm going to give him just 4 beer because he's okay.
4 beer. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
He got 5 beer from Yamo. So that's pretty good about that one there. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be good if you can helping us. Look, now we need a lot of stool, because now they are coming at the door. Kevin, Kelly, Danny,
oh no,
Jose, they're all right there. And now I have to be careful at the front door, because they are more behind them. So I have to be sure. I have to take the temperature of each one of them on the forehead to be sure they can come in. And then I open the door one by one. And the first one is Danny. But no, I'm sorry. It's the captain of the group. It's Kevin. Assistant captain is Danny. And they are coming now, Mr. ENORTAP. And you have to talk to them, because right now they are in the saloon and they need to figure out what's going on. The last 3 games. And they lost by a big score, 6-3, 5-2. Now, last night, they lost an OT, 4-3, but still a loss. So what's going on over there? What they need to do? What is your suggestion for those fans right now?
It's the same as it's been all year, right? I still think they need to address 2 major areas. They need to address. They got to get a solid defenseman in there, and they have to get an experienced veteran who comes with a lineage of winning. They can't. It seems that their top paid players, when they're not going, or a combination of them are not going, like Tavares isn't right now, Nylander isn't. It becomes very difficult for them to get results, and we're seeing that in the last few games. So it's a matter of how is Dubas going to manipulate this in a way that will benefit the Leafs at trade deadline time. Clearly, we're seeing also I'm not going to put all the blame on the goaltenders. Because if the defense isn't doing their job, it makes their job, the goalies, a lot more difficult to execute. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with seven beers.
7 beer. We got Yamo. He was very generous. The bottle of vodka. He got a lot of the shot for Danny also. Kelly got 2 margarina for Kelly for Yamo. So we did pretty good about that one over there. And then we have 2 to go very quickly. They won yesterday 6-4, but they just stopped they just bent the bent 8, the slump at 4, and they won only 4 in the last 14 games. The Nashville, very difficult time for them. What your expectation? What do you have to do for them? They've been at the saloon a couple of times. You know, I mean, it's really what they do usually. But we have a couple of fans for the Preds.
Yeah, the Preds worry me a little bit because I think they have a solid team as long as everybody is healthy. And you got to get the production out of Forsberg, Duchesne. They've got to get Yossi playing at his top. Saros has to be at his top of his game as well. If those things are in place, they will hold their own. Otherwise, like I said, this Western Conference, I don't think anything is a gimme. Like I think maybe just Colorado might be in a very good position, and they can afford a bit of a losing streak if they had to go through one. But the other teams, they just can't afford to go through extended periods of losing. Like and we know with Nashville, they went through a period where I think they won just 2 out of their last 6 games. Now last night they came up with a huge win, so that's great. But I'm going to give them 4 beer.
Awesome. I'm going to make something very unique here. Claude Giroux is going to be traded to Nashville Predators.
Oh, that would definitely help. It would be
They have money. The salary cap is open. So don't be surprised. And I say Giroux like this because I want to express they have the capability to have a big splash during the trade deadline because they have money. So a big name on the defenseman could be there. A big forward for rental could be there. And I would not be surprised. So I said Giroux, but that kind of the players make a big impact for the playoff. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We have William Sheffield and Richard Mullen back in the house. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome, guys.
We have the Coyotes, but unfortunately, you have no room for them because they have a lot of people. They are sold out because they play only in front of 5,000 people. So they will know now how this works when the saloon is over. So we cannot keep them. But we have someone here. He's coming right now.
I don't have any beer.
I know, but we have one more to go. He needs something. He needs a talk, and unfortunately, he's coming. He didn't come with a horse. He's coming with this.
Emergency. It's Kevin.
Now we open the door. He's coming inside the saloon. And he needs to figure out, Brad Marchand, what you expect from him. Do you expect he's going to be suspended one more time before the end of the season? What do you expect of Brad Marchand for the rest of the season? And yeah, we find out before him.
He has to behave. That's the expectation. Boston can't afford to have this guy out of the lineup. He's just too big of a piece of the puzzle for Boston. He's what drives that team. So he's got to really keep things under control. I know it's difficult because that's part of his game, and so it's hard to take that out of him. It's kind of like what we've been seeing with Kadri. He has to have that discipline where he doesn't get kicked out with some dirty hits or actions that he performs. So same thing has to happen here with Marchand.
The one thing I'll be honest with you, you cannot give beer for him. He cannot drink a lot because he's going to lose his mind. And you have to be on the good side over there.
He might lick you if you give him.
About that one for sure. About that one over there. Look, we have to get out the saloon. We have to close the bar, and we're good to keep them a little bit longer. But yeah, it's sold out right now, so yeah, nobody have to stop. I can't wait maybe next week, next month, like I mentioned, we maybe open up a tequila bar for March and April. We know we have a lot of spring break because it's coming in South. So maybe have a new open up for 2 months, maybe the tequila bar. Be ready to bring your swimming suit and Mr. ENORTAP and change your hat for maybe a swimming hat and go from there. I don't have anything. I don't need to wear. I'm already set up about that one over there. So that'd be great about that one over there. Let's dive in here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. We have a few more people. The likes are very low. That'd be great if you can click on the likes. And before we start, Mr. ENORTAP, we're going to go very quickly.
Oh my God!
Who are they? And the first one is Chicago Blackhawks. We have a winner. Ross Chico Mackey.
Chico Mackey. Yes.
Chico Mackey. Ross is the winner of that one over there. Congratulations, Mr. Ross.
Good one,
he nailed
Ross.
it. He nailed it absolutely about that one over there. We mentioned earlier John Segwig is going to be assistant general manager for the Montreal Canadiens. And I don't know what's happening, but I want to ask you what's going on here.
Somebody lost their contact lenses, it looks like.
That's what happened about that one over there. So everybody looking for something. Do you believe they can find this?
Well,
I thought for me at some point he was looking for Brett Marchand, but it was a contact lens about that one there. A difficult one. Maybe Yamo can find this one over there. We know. I don't know if he can get it, but let's go.
Oh my God!
About the next one. Have a good night, Danny. Welcome back, Jeff. Zeph Lacave and the house. Matthew's tooth. That's a good one. Someone lost his tooth. Nikki Mackey, Yamu said. Jack Campbell. Burke. Kelly Rudy. Michael Myers. Here we go. Norena, Yamo said. Enough stop?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one.
You have to go deep. 2009, he back up Jonathan Bernier during one night. It's Eric Erzberg.
Oh, okay.
Eric Erzberg. So he says it was a tough one. You know, I don't want anybody win tonight, so I go down over there. It's time for the prediction for everybody. Who's going to be the winner tonight? Only 5 games on the program. Who can be 5-0 tonight? That's what we're looking for. 5-0. It's time to set your prediction. We're going to go over 5-10 minutes after the show because the game starts 7:30, so don't go nowhere. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. We're still missing a couple of likes. That'd be great. Zamboni Driver, Quick, Manny Bernavidez, welcome aboard, and Pierre-Martin Jacob Ingham. Oh, that's a good one also, Pee-wee Rees. Here we go. Mr. ENORTAP. Buffalo, Montreal.
Okay. So, on a roll under new interim coach Martin St. Louis, the Canadiens will be trying for their 4th consecutive victory tonight when they host the Buffalo Sabres. They're at home again. They defeated lastly the Toronto Maple Leafs by a score of 5-2, and in that time they've outscored their opponents 11-6, which is we haven't been able to say very much this year at all. To me, it seems like St. Louis has really sort of breathed new life into the team. We're seeing improved play out of guys like Caulfield. I see it even in Anderson, Petrie. It's just it's a lot more fun for the players to go and practice and play their games. The Sabres are looking to snap a 3-game slide after falling to Columbus on Sunday. Stringing victories together has been really difficult for them this year. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. They've come to a point like they do in the last 3 or 4 years where all of a sudden they just kind of don't have that same spunk that they do at the beginning of the year. Buffalo, in all fairness, they've won all 3 games that they've played Montreal so far, and they've outscored Montreal 14-5 and in that time. But of course, those were all Ducharme under the Ducharme era. It'll be an interesting game to see, but I think Montreal pull this off. They'll win 4-3. All right, coach takes Montreal. Good.
It surprised me. Only one took Buffalo.
Jose, of course it would be Jose.
Here we go.
Okay, next we have Winnipeg and Dallas. Here are 2 teams who have little room for error, as we've been mentioning all day today. They're jockeying for position in the playoff race. Look to rebound from a frustrating weekend defeat. The Stars are aiming to continue their recent home success against the Jets. Both of these Central Division clubs are trying to find a way into a playoff position. They're on the outside looking in, but inconsistency with both teams seems to be their Achilles heel. Dallas has gotten a little bit better at it in the last, I'd say, 2 or 3 weeks, but I would still keep them in that category as an inconsistent team. They've won 9 of 12, but Sunday it's a season high 6-game road winning streak ended with a 3-1 loss at the hands of Arizona. So there we go with the inconsistency again. That's a team they shouldn't have lost to, and they end up doing that. And every time you take a hit like that, it does serious damage to your playoff aspirations for sure. Both the Stars and Jets are among 6 teams within 10 points of one another in the race for the 2 wild cards left in the Western Conference. So games against each other, as we know, the 4-point proverbial game, become very important. And so these 2 are I think they're going to go tooth and nail tonight. I feel that Dallas will come out ahead of this 4-3. It might be even an overtime game.
Here we go. Welcome, Mr. Alan Barnes and Mr. Tini. And don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be great. We are 21-21.
Great. Next, we have Edmonton and Tampa Bay. Should be a very good game. After their first defeat in 6 games under new coach Jay Woodcroft, the Oilers will head east for a 5-game road swing that's going to start tonight in Tampa Bay. And they're going to have some tough teams in this road swing that they're going to go through. Edmonton outscored opponents 22-8 in the 5 previous games. Very impressive. under the new coach. But Minnesota scored 4 goals in the first, I think it was 14, 15 minutes of that period, and they routed them 7-3 last time they played. So that set them back a little bit. You know what? We look at Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, who rank number 1 and 2, actually tied for second with Huberdeau. To me, at one point in the year, it looked like they were going to run away with the scoring race, especially McDavid. He got out to such a great start. And I mean, he's having a good year, but if you recall, at one point we were talking about the possibility of 150 points for him. Doesn't look like he's going to come anywhere close to that now. Tampa Bay has been consistent. My only concern is they had a huge amount of time where they were off, and they came back, and you can see there was a little bit of rust to their game. Now they're professional enough that they know how to pace themselves to try to get their wins, and they actually came from behind in their last game that they played. I think they fell behind 3-1 before they scored 5 unanswered goals in a 15-minute stretch. And then they had some more time off. So for them, I think they need to get more consistency in terms of playing. They're still the champions as we know them. And I think that tonight they will send that message to Edmonton and win 4-2. Okay. And next we have, who do we have here? Oh, Colorado and Detroit. Well, the Red Wings have had nearly a week off to sort of refresh and heal and try to make a playoff push, especially since Boston had a couple players out of their lineup. But they haven't been able to make up much of that gap between them and Boston. And personally, I don't think that they will. It'll be very tough. I think from Detroit's point of view, anything they achieve is a bonus this year. They have a great nucleus of players, a lot of good prospects in the system. Like, this will definitely be a team to contend with. I mean, when you look at them, and they have, in my eyes, I think they have 3 players that are in contention for Rookie of the Year. That speaks volumes to the work that Yzerman has done over the years with the team. And they've also found a way to sort of wake up Dylan Larkin. Not that he was doing poorly in the past, but sometimes he was taking ill-advised penalties, was a bit of a liability defensively. But this year it's been anything but. He's their leading scorer with 52 points, and he's just been on a roll this year. And you can go on and talk about some of their rookies and some other players that they have, but they're going to be over their heads in tonight with Colorado. I think Colorado knows that they want to send a message here and make up for previous loss that they suffered. Colorado won their first game that they played 7-3. I don't think it'll be that lopsided this time around, but I think they'll still win comfortably 5-2. And last but not least, we
always
have...
copy me. I was talking to someone beside me. Sorry.
Oh, sure. Last, we have LA and Arizona, the late game of the night. The Kings, I've talked a lot at different points about the value of having Doughty there, and I think that's great. But sometimes lost in the conversation is somebody like Adrian Kempe, who continues to perform like one of the league's best, scoring 2 goals in each of the past 2 games. He's really skating well. He's playing very smart out there. He's helping out his line mates as much as possible. Like I'm impressed with what LA has done, especially lately. There were a couple games that were real benchmarks for them, and they've come through with flying colors. It's nowhere near the end of the season yet, but if they can continue at this clip, I think they might grab that last playoff position. If they falter anywhere along the lines, then it might be very difficult for them to overcome. What can we say about Arizona? They're in a lot of games, but really they're overmatched and overpowered in many areas of their team. The only thing that I think is really holding them in has been their goaltending. Vimalka has just been surreal. Like this guy's been facing anywhere between like 35 to 45 shots a night. And if it weren't for him, I think we'd be seeing a lot more lopsided scores. And what ends up happening in turn, he comes up with some huge saves at key points in the game that then it kind of spurs on the team. And Arizona all of a sudden starts to play a lot more motivated because of it. Having said that, I think LA needs this game very badly. So I think LA is going to win this, Coach, 4-2.
Here we go again. I can copy. I miss maybe a couple of not missing, but Nerfec. I didn't have the last 2 pick. I think that's maybe him only. The rest look like I have everybody else about that. So I think that's what we at about that. I have a new comments down. Let me check this. Here we go. Richard Molin Ratanen. And we have the Kings 3-2. I think I don't have your score. Colorado, Detroit, if you don't mind. Norfolk. That's the only thing I don't have. If everybody wants you give us your fantasy player, you can give it to us because it's time to get our fantasy. And it's time. I cut 1 point, I believe, yesterday, Mr. ENORTAP, I think. But that's what we at that moment. And I'll go tonight with Colorado, Edmond, Mekar, Lestergog, McDavid, and Kucherov.
Okay, and I will go with LA. And I'm going to take Sider and Doughty.
Yep.
And then I will go with the Kadri and Rantanen connection and Robertson from Dallas.
Okay. And I think I text you. I said to you, corner, and it's Lestergog.
Sorry?
I said, yeah. I think I texted you McKinnon to corner. And then it's not McKinnon for corner, it's McKinnon for Lestergog for my players.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I have all your fantasy, Abandon Point, Kelly, Danny, and now I got Dixon for Caulfield. Look like everybody. I have also Mr. Andrew Lepage, everything like that. And now it's wow, what a great show tonight we did to the saloon. We pick up everybody. I'll have a great time over there. We have a good crowd overall. Thanks to everybody to participate tonight. But before we leave, we know what's going on because we cannot leave without ENORTAP on breakaway. He needs to go on breakaway. It's time for ENORTAP breakaway. What are you looking for ENORTAP tonight? What is going to pay your attention for tonight? The 5-game. What looking for?
Well, I'll tell you, Coach. I said it earlier. It's the Buffalo-Montreal game for me. I just want to say one thing. Another one bites the dust. I think Montreal will win this, and it'll be at home. They're going to have their fans there. Buffalo hasn't been doing very well, so I almost can guarantee this. Almost.
Drew, I will say to you, I'm looking more for Dallas, Winnipeg tonight. I'm looking also to see. We wish, and Steve G and many of you guys remember about the rivalities, maybe the biggest rivalry in the end of the 90s, beginning of 2000, the Detroit and the Colorado, and they play tonight again. Right. So, that remind me that the Claude Lemieux, the Patrick Roy, and all those kind of, the years we have over there. So, it's not what I'm looking for, but it's just mentioned about that one over there. I think it was great about that one over there. So, Mr. ENORTAP, that's it.
We'll see. It'll be a great night.
We're going to be back at 7:30. No game start at 7 o'clock. The game is at 7:30, guys. So we thank each one of you for your participation. Before you leave, you did not do it yet, please click on the like. That'd be great if you can do that. And of course, we have to remind you one more thing.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Yes, you have greatness inside of you. Yes, you are amazing. And of course, be well, be healthy, and find a way not only to dominate your day, find a way to dominate your year 2020. Mr. ENORTAP, it was an amazing, great show again because of you. You are the show of the show. Thanks for your time at the saloon again tonight. And we appreciate your time with the Hockey Nation show. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. I look forward to see you at 7:30 tonight.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, Rick. Have a good night, Roger, Kevin, Steve.
I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. The one another.
Thank you, Kelly.
I'd rather want you to just let me be.
Thank you, Rick.
What do I know?
Danny.